All right, this is about the Stihl FS40C with the Echo Speedfeed 400 head on it. I removed the bottom half of the Speedfeed 400 so you can see the business end of things. So first of all, when you get this, it comes loaded with the black bushing. You need the white bushing, and you take the stock Stihl feeder head, the junky one, has this is the tip. I guess this is the bump tip, and it's got this nut inside of it like that, and it's held in by a clip, a C-clip. So you pull that C-clip out to free the nut, and then you'll reuse this as a spacer because the shaft is really long. Now, this is one of the bushings that comes with the Echo. It comes with a bunch of different bushings, so it can fit a bunch of different trimmers. And in the book, it says that the let's see, where is it? Stihl FS40 uses LH5, which means it should be black with the green bushing. I think it is somewhere in here. It says, sorry, I suck. Well, it doesn't matter because it doesn't fit. None of the bushings fit right out of the box, but this silver bushing. So this shaft is 3/8 of an inch, and this will almost slide over it, except the threads need to be drilled out. So you don't need a drill press to do this. I did this with a Ryobi drill on slow setting. I used WD-40 and a 3/8 bit. I just cranked it down in the vise and slowly drilled out the threads with the 3/8 bit and some WD-40 as lube. So once you do that, this will slide over like that. So then you take this guy, this is the bump tip from the original Stihl cutter head, and that goes, oops, nope, gotta go the other way. We'll put this in here like this, and then slide it on. And doing this one hand, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but there we go. Okay, so the reason why you do this is because if you just stick this into this guy and then stick that into the Echo piece, you're missing the bushing, right? The nut just goes into the hex head end. So that goes in there like that, but you don't have bushing here. So if you just try to put that over the shaft, it's gonna rattle to pieces. But this, by drilling this out and putting this on here, this provides a mating interface to go into the bushing, and you can screw this on. You can see how that fits into there so that it doesn't rattle. It's not the greatest fit necessarily, but it's enough, I think. Now mind you, you can see I just did this tonight and I have 0 hours on this, so we'll see how long it lasts. But the question wasn't, is it gonna last forever? The question was, can you get it on there? So here we go. So see, now that thread's up on there, this is nice and tight. So you can, install this where it's supposed to be, but I just wanted to show how it actually mates up. I didn't buy anything extra, just reusing the cutter tip, repurposing a bushing, and reusing the nut. So that goes in there like that. That goes on here like this. You tighten the nut down in there. It's not easy to do one-handed while I'm filming, but you get the idea. Just snug that up. As that goes on to the shaft, the bushing will, shoot, I forgot this in here. You get the idea though. Sorry, I'm not a YouTuber, so one last try at not messing this up. This goes here like that. Then these teeth right here go like that. That goes, the nut goes in there. Oh, jeez. All right. That goes in there. Let's see if I can get the nut in there. I'm dropping it. There we go. Just like that. This whole thing goes on here like this. And we slowly work this on. Once the nut's started, it's a lot easier to screw. You just throw it on. And boom. That's on there. Now you can put the rest of it together. And that's it. Speedfeed 400 on a Stihl FS40C. I mean, I did fire this up and test it. It works. It feeds properly. Note that the cord will not line up with the cutter on the guard. To me, that's not the end of the world, because as long as you don't bump it too much, it's not going to feed out too much. And really what's important is that as the line wears down, you're able to get it to feed out, and it works.